The school in the township of Zwelethemba at Worcester in the Boland will be sending 16 budding young engineers to an international robotics competition in the United States of America. This comes as only a year after a maths teacher established a science, technology, engineering and mathematics or STEM club at the school. The Galactic Einsteins won numerous competitions throughout South Africa to be nominated for the honor of representing their country. So we're going to be joined via Zoom by Kudakwashe Takawira. He's the robotics coach and STEM club founder at the Zwelethemba High School, as well as Fatima, Jakoet from the Sakhikhamva Foundation. A very good afternoon to the both of you. Thank you for your time with us here on the SABC.
Good afternoon to you.
Fatima, let me start with you. Perhaps you could talk to us about this trip to the United States, what exactly it entails, how the school was handpicked to represent South Africa during this leg.
Well, I just want to correct you that they're actually going to two competitions, a first Lego League competition, and they've invited or qualified for first Lego League competition, as well as the first tech challenge. So they have been, it's remarkable that within a year they have achieved so much, and they won the regional competition for the first Lego League, and in the first tech challenge as well. They placed very well there. It's remarkable, but it shows that we need the drive. But getting to America, they're first going to compete in Worcester as well, in Massachusetts, and then they're going to be there for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So they leave on Thursday. There you can see the robot that they have built, and that is for the entry into the first tech challenge. And as you know that they are also going to be for 2 weeks, they are going to be attending classes at the university, and then they fly to Maryland, where they are going to the Johns Hopkins University, where they are going to compete in the first Tech Challenge Robotics Invitational. And so it's exciting times for our children. They are going to, most of them flew for the first time this week, and for the competition a couple of months ago in Johannesburg, and now they're going to leave South Africa for about 2.5 weeks.
And they're going to be representing and flying the flag high. Fatima, it is exciting times. Kudakwashe, let me also bring you into the conversation just on the back of what Fatima has echoed. I wonder if you could speak to the preparations that are currently underway, what goes into preparing for such competitions. To my limited knowledge, I know that there are various types of coding languages, including JavaScript and Delphi and C++. So I wondered what they will be dabbling in, and what are some of the tasks that they have to perhaps complete to qualify.
Yeah, we are busy with preparations for the tournament. It was not so easy. Some of them, in fact, most of them comes from informal settlements here in Worcester. And, getting the IDs, the passports together, most of them were staying with, the guardians, not the parents, the makulus with no legal guardianship. So it took us time to gather all those things in advance and actually prepare for the visas. It was a heavy struggle and raising funds. But on the team side, the morale is very high. They don't even go home. I actually had to chase them a few minutes ago saying, go home, you need to prepare, you need to rest, you need to pack. Otherwise, the excitement is mind-blowing. Going to United States for the very first time, from Zwelethemba, it's amazing, and I'm proud of the team.
Talk to us about the ages of the 16 participants that will be going, perhaps also the skills that are going to be developed, particularly as the world heads into the fourth industrial revolution and South Africa has a chance to solidify its position in the global sphere.
They are from grade 8 to 11, that means from 14 years to 17 years of age. And they are not really qualified in JavaScript or Java or those programming languages. They've been using Scratch and blocks because they only had 1 year of robotics.
Okay.
And in that 1 year, they had to move from, learning how to learn a mouse to switch on a computer up to become national finalist. So yeah, they've been working on that, and it's been mind-blowing. But in the United States, we have talked to the head head of robotics in Worcester Polytechnic Institution. They'll be going to school every day. They'll be exposed to advanced robotics with FRC teams. They will be taught by professors and lecturers artificial intelligence, machine learning, further mathematics, and it's looking good. Actually, when they move down to Maryland for the First Tech Invitational, there will be networking with students from all over the world through Johns Hopkins University. There will be the STEM expositions where they will be exploring NASA's recent missions. So I think it's a jam-packed program which is quite beneficial to the children, and I have no doubt that coming back to South Africa, they will be fully equipped to transform their school, their communities, and their country at large. So we're really excited about the developments.
Fatima, let me bring you back into the conversation. Kudakwashe alluded to it earlier on. I wonder if you could speak to some of the challenges in terms of resources, perhaps in getting all of this together for the 16 participants to head over. In the same breath, there must be a prize. What's the ultimate prize that they're playing for? And how is this also going to assist the school, perhaps in developing their STEM research department, perhaps also increase the skills development at large as well?
What I would say is it was not easy at all. Starting this STEM club at Zwelethemba High School, we just saw the need for us to introduce the fourth industrial revolution of skills to the community and to the school at large. And the biggest challenge was getting resources. We only started with one set of robot sets donated to us by First Level League, Dr. House, and that's how we got started. We've discovered that the only thing that is needed is zeal, passion, and vision to better our communities. And that's how we started. So over then and since then and along the line, we grew up. And having qualified for this trip, I don't want to lie, it was not so easy coordinating a massive group of 16 learners and 4 coaches to stay in the United States for close to 3 weeks. There was a need for a lot of funding, which was not so easy. Thank God to people like Fatima, Jakoet from Sakhikhamva Foundation. Otherwise, the trip was not going to be very much possible. We also had the Western Cape Education Department, which came on board to make sure that all this was going to be a success. And to highlight, most of our kids are coming from very marginalized communities, having no shoes, having no clothing, having no cell phones, having nothing. So in preparation, we had to fundraise, sell the chicken, sell braai, do the car wash to make sure that we buy them bags, we buy them jeans, we buy them shoes, we buy them even pajamas. So it was not so easy to coordinate this massive group, but at the end, it always came to be a success.
Kudakwashe, thank you for those sentiments. And again, we see them representing the country at large. Fatima, just very quickly, we've touched on a range of points, perhaps in getting the team ready. And I wonder, from your perspective, in looking at equity, inclusivity, equality at large, perhaps even access to resources, representation matters. When we look at the makeup of the team, what's the gender parity that makes up this team? How do you think you're also going to improve from here into, perhaps to make it more accessible for other learners?
Okay, yes, no, definitely. As one thing that we didn't mention to you is that part of this team's drive and one of the values is to do outreach, and that is to ensure that we have access to STEM education, we spread the word about robotics. So the team does outreach, and that brings a dimension of inclusivity. And we've got more or less about 50-50 percent, that is 50% boys and 50% girls that is going on the team. Sakhikhamva Foundation also has 3 other teams that are an all-girls team, and then also 2 other teams that are also going to the US later this year in a month's time, and then towards the end of the year. So inclusivity is one of the values of FIRST, and this series of competition, which is the first competitions, as I said, it's one of the values. Gracious professionalism, outreach is one of the things that they have to. So there is a team that does the marketing there's a team that does the fundraising, an engineering team, a build team, a coding team, a design team, and so everyone there is a space for everyone to develop a skill set, a unique skill set in this competition, not only in the competition, but as a team.
No, absolutely. And it's all about holistic growth at the end of the day for the future labor force of our country. So I want to leave the conversation then. Thank you both for making time to share this positive story. And we're wishing you all the best of luck. We'll be certainly following and see the outcomes of that. Just school in the township of Zwelethemba at Worcester in the Boland. We'll be sending 16 budding young engineers to the International Robotics competition in the United States. It's one of 2 competitions that they will be participating. Again, just looking at skills development and holistic growth and development for all those who are participating, overcoming many challenges and hurdles to get there. And we're wishing them all the best of luck in their endeavors.